Good morning. Good to see you all. Hello, Jenny and Helen. Good to see you. Can you hear me all right? I'm using a different microphone this morning because I think the one yesterday wasn't performing very well. Um, so if you can just let me know that if I'm coming through loud and clear or not. Morning, Neil, over there in Whitby, presumably. Morning, Lynn, in London. Is that right? London, yeah. Good. That's good. Better than yesterday. A little softer, but no hissing. Oh, good. I think that other microphone must have just gone. That's great. Morning, Julia and Jenny. First said hello, Jenny. I probably have. Good. Well, I hope you're all well this morning. And don't know what the weather's going to be like today. We've had a couple of really lovely days, haven't we? Really lovely spring days. Just gorgeous. Good morning, Dimple. And I think it was Monday night. I looked out at about um, 9:30 and the moon was just rising. Beautiful um, golden yellow moon just rising in the sky. Beautiful. Good morning, Isabel. Just wait a little bit longer. And Rose, good morning, Rose. Oh, thank you, Helen. Yes, yes, I am. Although going to the osteopath, I was doing some really good work on my body, my old body, but and that makes it ache a bit afterwards. So, that gets in the way. But it's all for a good cause. Good morning, Rachel. Um, yeah, sleep is so important, isn't it? I don't know about you, but if I don't get a good night's sleep, I find the next day quite hard. It does affect us mentally, so we need to look after it. Okay, it's 7 o'clock, so I'm going to begin. And we're going to do the loving kindness meditation on metta bhavana. And metta is one of those words which doesn't really translate into English. It means all sorts of things. We don't have a word for in English. Metta is usually translated as love or loving kindness. But actually, what it is something a lot more than that. It's friendliness, solidarity with, kindness to. Um, it's a kind of, it is love, but it's a kind of completely selfless love. We're not looking for anything back. We're just looking to really take care of the people that we're directing towards. So it doesn't matter who it is. It can be somebody that we don't get on with. It can be a stranger. It can be a really good friend, ourselves. Um, and we're just aiming to spread this sense of unconditional love to everyone uh, without without choosing really. That's the whole object. Every being in the world ultimately, uh, and of course that's not easy, is it? It's not easy at all. But the thing about this practice, the metta bhavana, uh, bhavana simply means cultivating. So it's cultivating metta or loving kindness. The thing about it is that we can practice it all the time, and it's radical. You can just manage to do it a little bit, a bit of the time, then it can make such a difference to the world around us, to other people. But here's the thing, it also makes a difference to us. Because if we go around judging people and having dark thoughts about other people, which we do, that causes us suffering, painful. So if we can develop this sense of loving kindness to the whole world, to all other beings, then that is a lovely way to live your life. And not only that, when we live our lives that way, the world responds, other people respond. So we find magically people start becoming kinder to us. The most amazing thing. The kinder we are towards all the people and animals around us, the kinder the world becomes to us. And I've seen this over the last 11, 12 years, and it's quite incredible. Um, the people around me are they're so lovely to me, and I don't think I particularly do anything very much, but the world does respond to us, and even strangers respond in kindly ways that we don't if we're doing this practice. So that's my promise to you that if you do this practice regularly and you do it when you're sitting on buses or walking down the street, it will have consequences. It will have great consequences for you. Yeah, so it's a really good practice to do. I'm going to start with a poem, and then we'll go straight into the meditation. First of all, just saying goodbye, hello, hello to Rachel and Graham. Good to see you both, and to everybody else who's tuned in, and to all those who are tuning in on the recording. Good to see you as well. Ah, here's the poem, and it's by David White. Who is I've read one of his poems before, and it's called The Journey. The, above the mountains, the geese turn into the light again, painting their black silhouettes on an open sky. Sometimes everything has to be inscribed across the heavens, so that you can find the one line already written inside you. Sometimes it takes a great sky to find that first bright and indescribable wedge of freedom in your own heart. Sometimes, with the bones of the black sticks left when the fire has gone out, someone has written something new in the ashes of your life. You are not leaving. Even as the light fades quickly now, you are arriving. I think that's lovely, and it's about, I guess it's about feeling deep and finding ourselves, finding this true, authentic self within. And in Buddhism, this true, authentic self is a loving, kind self. So that's what we're trying to release into the world. Okay. So we'll begin in the usual way by just settling in, just coming into the present moment. Allowing ourselves to notice any thoughts in our mind, not trying to get rid of them or push them away, just noticing that they're there, and as much as we can, not letting them push and pull us around, just actually letting the thoughts come and go as they wish. We're not fighting them. We're not being critical of them. We're not trying to get rid of them. We're just accommodating. And just noticing how you feel this morning, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Just remembering that whatever that's like, even if it's a bit unpleasant, it's okay. We're not trying to change that either. We're just accepting things the way they are right now. Just having a sense of our body sitting or lying, the weight of that body being held by whatever we're sitting or lying on. And just allowing ourselves to be held. Just experiencing the sensation of sitting or lying, the contact with whatever we're sitting or lying on. What does that feel like? Without thinking about it, what does it feel like in your experience? What's the feeling? As much as we can, we're trying to get out of the habit of thinking everything. And instead just trying to experience, just to notice it, feel it. Noticing your body now, all the sensations in the body. Maybe sensations, and probably some slightly unpleasant sensations, stiffness or tightness. And there'll be other places in your body where there isn't much, doesn't seem to be much going on. So a bit neutral. Maybe in the elbows or the knees or so our body is full of different sensations, pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral. And the trick to being happy is not to fight any of it, not to try and get more pleasant sensations, not to try and stop the unpleasant ones, unless that's very easy. Life is full of ups and downs, and the more we can Just accept the ups and downs for what they are. The happier we will be. True happiness lies in not in getting what we want or avoiding what we don't want. True happiness lies in acceptance of the way things are. So just relaxing and being with the way things are, whatever they are. And bringing our awareness to the upper body, particularly the chest area, and noticing the movement here as we breathe in and breathe out. The rising and falling. The rhythm of the breath coming and going. Just really allowing yourself to become part of it. Then bringing attention to the heart area. Not the physical heart so much as the the emotional heart, the heart center, what we call in Buddhism, somewhere towards the bottom of the rib cage, inside the body. You might be able to feel the warmth and kindness there already. But if you can't, try bringing to mind somebody that you love, a person or a pet, just seeing them in your mind's eye. Might even be a child, or you might remember a happy experience. Just see if that warms the heart area. If it doesn't, that's fine. If you can't feel very much at all, that's fine. Just staying open, not making too much. Just relaxing, noticing the heart area. This is the metta bhavana, the cultivation of loving kindness. And we begin with ourselves. We're not always very nice to ourselves, are we? We are self-critical. We often maybe don't feel quite up to the job we're doing, or quite good enough, or quite as perfect as we think we should be. So we need to take care of it. Unless we begin to see ourselves in a kindly, loving light, we're not going to be able to help other people very much. So, how are we with ourselves right now? Are we feeling very positive about ourselves? Or a little bit negative? Or perhaps a lot negative? And we do expect a lot from ourselves sometimes, don't we? So maybe we can just cut ourselves some slack. Just give ourselves a little bit of leeway. And we know that all the time we might make mistakes, we might do the wrong thing sometimes, we might even embarrass ourselves. But we're never trying to do that. We're always trying to do our best. And it's just that we live in a complex world, and it's a difficult journey. So can we have a sense of open-heartedness, friendship towards ourselves? Can we wish ourselves well? In a way, can we be our own best friend, supporting ourselves, caring for ourselves? And in the second stage of this meditation, we're going to bring to mind a really good friend, somebody that we care about. And just noticing what happens in our heart center when we bring this person to mind. So we might see them as an image, or we might just have a sense of them being with us, or remembering something about them that we love. So just noticing how you feel about your friend. Might be completely positive, completely loving, full of admiration. Or it might be a bit mixed. Maybe there are bits about them that aren't quite what you would like. So just reflecting that our good friend is very much like ourselves. They too are just doing the best. They too find life hard. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's and sometimes they make mistakes and they don't intend to do that. They're just doing the best. And their journey too is filled with both joy and sorrow, excitement and disappointment. So can we have a sense of open-heartedness towards them? Can we really wish our good friend well? Open our hearts to them. So we can let the good friend go for now and bring into our meditation a bit of a stranger, somebody that we see quite often, but we never talk to very much. We don't really know very much about them. Might be a postie or a neighbour or a bus driver, shop assistant, somebody at work. And we neither like them nor dislike them. So just noticing how we feel about this stranger. We might have some feelings for them. We might equally be a little bit indifferent to them. And that's okay. So however we feel about them, that's all right. We're often not very emotionally involved with strangers. But maybe we can reflect that this person that we don't know very well is really quite like us in many ways. They too go through ups and downs in the life. They're blown around by life. Sometimes they're happy, sometimes they're sad. They experience the whole range of emotions just as we do. They make mistakes. They embarrass themselves. And they feel pretty much like we do when that happens. So can we open our hearts to this stranger? Can we wish them well? Can we have a sense of solidarity with them? So now letting the stranger go and bringing into our meditation somebody that we have a little bit of, not somebody we've fallen out badly with, preferably, but somebody we just find it difficult to be with. We don't really like them very much. Uh, they make us feel a bit uncomfortable, irritated. So just noticing how it feels to imagine this person. They make us feel uncomfortable. So you might notice that you probably are feeling uncomfortable right now. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We're not trying to suddenly like them. We're just acknowledging that this is how they make us feel. But in spite of how they make us feel, can we see that they're very much like us in terms of experience? They too get upset. They too feel happy. They want to be loved. They want to have a good life, just like we do. And they have pain in their lives and disappointment. And they too get blown around by the ups and downs of life. So even though we don't really like them much, can we still wish them well? Can we still have a sense of open-heartedness towards them, wishing them well in their lives? And finally, we bring all four people together: ourselves, the good friend, the stranger, and the person that we have a bit of difficulty with. Just bringing all four of us together, maybe imagining us together, having a sense of all four together, and just seeing if we can open our hearts to all four people, including ourselves and the difficult person. Can we love all four? Can we offer all four the same degree of loving kindness? Can we wish all four well? And then broadening out our well-wishing to everybody that's been meditating on Facebook and YouTube with us this morning. Spreading the goodwill to all of these beings meditating together in this online community. And broadening out our goodwill even further to the whole world, to all the people, all the animals and birds, insects, water creatures, all living beings in our beautiful world. All of them, every single one, just wanting a good life and wishing them well in that, opening our hearts to all living beings. And maybe too, opening our hearts to the earth itself, that we sometimes treat badly. The earth itself that sometimes is struggling. Can we remember to be kind to the earth too? So finally, for the last few moments, just letting go of all effort. Sitting quietly, just noticing whatever arises in our experience, not pushing anything away, not grasping hold of anything, just observing. So it's very good if, as you go about your day to day, you can remember to be kind, particularly to yourself. Be kind to yourself. You know, when we make mistakes or when things go wrong, we can get really upset with ourselves. It's really good to just pause, take a breath, and instead of getting upset, just show a little kindness to ourselves and to other people as well. But if we start with ourselves, then it will become much easier to do it with other people. And we can make life so much better for ourselves and everyone else by just cultivating a little bit more friendliness and patience and loving kindness. So have a good day. I hope that set you up for it. And I'll be back tomorrow with the giving and receiving meditation, uh, and which again is about love. Um, Everything's about love. It's really important, really important. Okay, so have a good day and take care, and I'll see you again soon. Lots of love.